Morning guys, it's Heather. Just been out for a run. Nice easy jog today. Had a longer run on the weekend and a tempo run where it's faster in the middle. So today was just a nice easy recovery run. And I'm gonna stretch for a long time, I think, because it feels good. Hey. Otto wanted to say hi, too. He says, I haven't had breakfast yet. Next. We'll do that next, Otto. All right, Otto has been fed. I had some water and a shower, and it's now time for breakfast. I'm also gonna make some matcha. I have been doing smoothies on run days just to cool off, but today was a nice gentle run and it's a little bit cooler out, so I am just gonna go with muesli and blueberries. What I do here is I take some frozen blueberries, and if I don't have time for them to thaw, I just pour some boiling water over them in the bottom of the bowl, and then just make sure they're all submerged, and then A, the blueberries thaw, and B, I get some flavored blueberry water for my muesli. Pour some of that in there. This is nice because it's got a mix of rolled oats and wheat flakes, toasted wheat flakes, barley flakes, and then all kinds of dried fruit, including banana chips, which is very exciting in breakfast. And I've got a scoop of ground golden flax. I kind of mix the flax with the muesli because otherwise it gets clumpy. And then I just pour a little more boiling water. Now, most of you will want to do non-dairy milk. I just wanted it hot today. And then just fold the blueberries up from the bottom. Now I'm gonna make a little matcha, and I do it a little bit different, I think, than the way you're supposed to. So I'm starting with a little bit of coconut milk because that is the non-dairy milk that I have today. A couple drops of vanilla stevia. Well, 6 drops. And then some matcha. This is barista grade, so it's gonna be lovely for my little latte here. Another spoon. You don't need very much. Just put it in there. And then I add a little bit of boiling water, and then I froth it. I know most people froth the tea itself, but I've found better results if I froth it with the milk. And I'm not using a matcha whisk, I am using a milk frother. And I just fill the rest of the mug with boiling water. And I'm all set for matcha goodness. Lunchtime! I may or may not have had a mini banana and a couple squares of chocolate as a mid-morning snack. I'll leave that to your imagination. But it's now time for lunch. I packed my lunch up last night when I was making dinner. This is just leftover dinners. I packed it up to go because I wasn't sure if I was gonna be out at the airport today or at home, but it is rainy, windy, thunderstorms outside, so I'm at home. But that means I have this all ready to go, and I'm tempted to heat it up, but I'm also tempted to be lazy. But it's super yum. There is a vegetable curry with coconut curry sauce on one side and some Indian red lentil dip on the other. Honestly, it doesn't look too appealing, but super yum. And it's over some bulgur wheat. Yeah, really good. Really good. Might put an extra little splash of tamari on for flavor, but super nice. And I'm hydrating. I've got some passion fruit juice. That's probably about to my pinky finger, and then the rest is water. Yum! While I'm in the kitchen, actually, maybe you guys can help me with some things that I bought because they looked really cool, but I haven't used a couple of them yet. So one of them is evaporated coconut milk, which obviously is sweet coconut milk, and I'm sure this could be something super delicious, but I really haven't had any inspiration yet. What do you think? What should I make with that? Also, normally for eggs in baking, I would just use ground flaxseed mixed with a little bit of water, or chia seed mixed with a little bit of water. But then I also saw this proper egg replacer and thought I would give it a try, but I haven't tried it yet. I'm not sure if it will do meringue, which is kind of why I wanted to try it. It has potato flour, tapioca flour, cream of tartar, xanthan gum, and methyl cellulose. So if anybody has tried this one or has some ideas of what I can make with this that is, you know, more exciting than what I do with ground flax or chia seeds, let me know. And last but not least, actually this ties into a question that Holly asked a couple weeks ago. Or actually she asked last week, but I actually bought this a few weeks ago. She was asking about cheese cravings, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm the worst person to ask about how to overcome cheese cravings because I've been allergic to dairy since I was born. I've never really eaten cheese. Like, I've eaten it by accident sometimes when I was younger, but I don't like it. I will taste it as soon as it's in something, and I don't like it. So I'm really bad at replacing cheese. I like doing things that have a fatty, savory, salty kick, which is how I usually suggest bringing in an alternative to cheese, but it doesn't taste like cheese. But the stuff that actually tastes like cheese, like vegan cheeses, I don't like. I actually ordered a panini one time with the vegan cheese just because the restaurant had decided to use vegan cheese and I wanted to support them in that decision. I could barely finish it. Anyway, I thought, for some random reason, I also saw this in the store and thought I would give it a try. And I did try it. It was savory, but it was a little starchy because it's basically starches in here. It's rice flour, cornstarch, non-dairy cheese flavoring, whatever that is, vegetable bouillon powder, spices, powdered onion, potato flakes, sea salt, ground white pepper. So this is basically starches with some cheese flavoring. So I've been kind of using it in various things, but I'm not entirely sure what it would be best in. So if anybody has tried this and has some good suggestions for that, also let me know. I only have a little bit left. I've been trying to put it in things that I would normally put nutritional yeast in because there's been a nutritional yeast shortage. Benefit of lunch at home that I forgot to mention in my last video on work at home type lunches is chocolate. You know, some for dessert. Today is already pretty chocolate full, which is awesome. Do you ever notice that there's more chocolate going on usually when it's rainy or snowy or cold or yucky in general? Right, so I had a lovely visit with a friend. She came over after work. We had a cup of tea and a little bit more chocolates, but it is now time for dinner, and I am in the rare instance where I have nothing pre-prepared. I ate my leftovers for lunch. I don't have any grains or beans that are cooked in the fridge, which I normally do, so I wanted to make some quinoa, but I only have a little bit left, so we're gonna mix it with some other grains and get them going in the pressure cooker. Oh, what we're gonna make for dinner is one of my go-tos, which is a stir fry with a peanut sauce. So I'm gonna take what I have left of my quinoa and put it in a measuring cup, along with some farro, which I think is a relative of wheat. So a little known fact is that you can just mix and match grains so long as you have the same ratio of grains to water. They'll cook just the same. And then finishing it off with some buckwheat, and this is untoasted buckwheat. So these are all fairly similar time for cooking. So I'm gonna put that 1 cup of mixed grains into my pressure cooker with 2 cups of water. 1, 2, and then pop the lid on and make sure that the seal is in the right spot. And then I'm gonna do high pressure for 8 minutes. And we go on to the vegetables. I'm gonna start with a sweet potato. I'm just gonna peel, chop that up, and get it cooking because it takes the longest. Then I've got some broccoli, some cauliflower, some carrots, some kale, and some chives. And my fixins for peanut sauce, we'll do that after. A little bit of water in the pan, heat it up, and then get my sweet potato in there. Yes, this is a white sweet potato, still called a sweet potato. The yellow ones are also called sweet potatoes, even though they're often labeled yams. A little bit of salt, which is sticking because it's got some moisture in it. Very humid. There we go. I've cut this up small so that it cooks faster. Just tossing it around so it gets salt around the sweet potato. Then I will continue chopping my vegetables. Carrots are up next. Giving these a good few minutes to soften, added a little bit more water. I really like to steam sweet potato because I like how soft it gets. It's funny, these look just like potatoes, but they taste totally different. Some people might mistake them, but once you bite into them, different vegetable entirely. Okay, I think we're ready for the carrots. A little more water. I should use my non-stick pan actually. These sweet potatoes, they like to stick once the starch comes out, so I have to keep adding water. Anyway, we need some green going on in here. First up, broccoli. Cauliflower is not green color, although mine's got a little bit of green and a little bit of purple going on. But it counts in the green family. It's a cruciferous vegetable, just like broccoli and kale, which is up next. And there goes dino kale. So, cruciferous veggies are super antioxidant powerhouses, and we've got triple cruciferous going on here. Yay for CSA bags. Almost forgot my chives. They were hiding on the counter. For my onion components of this big, beautiful pan of veggie goodness. So that's pretty much cooked. I'm gonna turn the heat off and just leave this to sit while I finish making the peanut sauce that tie this all together. Our quinoa, etc., has just beeped at me to say it's done, so that'll just need to come off of pressure and then we'll be set to go. Starting with some peanut butter. I want a good amount of peanut sauce, so I've got a good amount of peanut butter going on here. You are welcome to use almond butter or cashew butter or whatever you like. However, I will say, it's apple cider vinegar, brown rice vinegar, also lovely. Don't be afraid to use peanuts. If you are allergic to peanuts, obviously don't use peanut butter. If you're not allergic to peanut butter or peanuts, there is nothing unhealthy about peanut butter. Plus, it's just so tasty. So I'm just gonna mix my peanut butter with that apple cider vinegar until it's thoroughly mixed together instead of separated like it is right now. And it's gonna get super creamy smooth, like thick. So see how that's getting super duper thick? And then if you add some water to it, you can then thin it out and it'll be creamy. Creamy peanutty goodness. I maybe should have used a bigger bowl. It's all right. Sometimes you need to contain yourself, or at least try. And you can make this as thin or as thick as you want. So I'm gonna keep it pretty thick because we've got lots of juicy vegetables that this is gonna go with. If I was making a dipping sauce, I might thin it out a little bit more than this. But we've also got our tamari to go in here. I just eyeball it, but I've got a lot of peanut butter going on, so I need a lot of tamari. You can also add a little bit of spice to this if you like, so some red pepper flakes, you know, those chili flakes that one time, a very long time ago, I accidentally just sprinkled on top of some pasta thinking that it was crushed up bits of red pepper. No. Those are the seeds of chili peppers, and they are super, super spicy. So if I was doing that, I would just be adding like 4. I would count them, but I don't even want that today. And we've got some sesame oil. This is for flavor. You can leave it out if you like, but it's a really nice addition. You don't need very much. Okay. Taste it. Holy yum. That's really good. Let's get it on our veggies. Here we go. Yes. So the cool thing that I like about cooking with spatula is that you can then scoop out every last drop of the sauce that you make to go with. So we do not want to waste any of that. So good. Yes. Yes. And if you somehow didn't make enough peanut sauce to go over all of the amazing vegetables you have going on here, you can just drizzle some extra tamari and sesame oil straight on there. But I think we're good. I think we got enough here. There's my mix of quinoa and farro and buckwheat steaming like crazy because I've just pulled it out of the pressure cooker and I've kind of given it a minute to cool off, but I don't think I can wait any longer. So we're gonna top that with a mountain of vegetables. And that is dinner ready as soon as it cools off. Yum. Perfect, exactly what I wanted. So satisfying, so tasty. All right, hope you enjoyed spending the day with me. Sorry to run, but I am hungry, so I'm gonna go enjoy this and then relax for the evening. Nice spending the day with you guys. Thanks for watching. Talk soon, guys. Bye.